Hey, welcome back. I'm Rachel Abbott, and this is the Standard's Tech and Science Daily podcast. If you're new here, make sure to give us a follow. Coming up, Microsoft 365 down, hundreds left unable to access emails on Outlook. But first, that's the sound of River Taff flooding in Pontypridd, Wales, just one of many rivers to burst its banks over the weekend. Storm Bert has brought devastating flooding to the UK. On Monday morning, more than 160 flood warnings remained in place, some severe, with some rail operators cancelling services.
We haven't got an all-encompassing bigger plan for how we're going to tackle flooding in the future.
That's independent flooding consultant Heather Shepherd.
We're seeing all of this now. What about our children, our children's children? What do they face in the future? And unless we tackle flooding, which is a result of climate change, which we are focusing on CO2 and our carbon footprint, but actually, even with a huge reduction in that, we're still going to continue to see floods. And therefore, we need to be really thinking very long term and very hard about how big and how bold we approach this issue.
Hundreds of homes have been left underwater, roads have become rivers, and winds of up to 82 miles per hour were recorded across parts of the country. 10 people, including 5 children, had to be rescued from their home following a landslide in North Wales. World War II sirens were played out in Hebden Bridge, where flooding is a constant threat. The West Yorkshire town was previously devastated by the Boxing Day floods in 2015. Passengers were locked out of London's Euston station due to overcrowding. The station fell into darkness due to a power cut, with information boards going blank. The Met Office have said they will conduct a full assessment after complaints were made at yellow warnings for some areas that have been severely impacted. However, the office says the weather was well forecast. On X, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer thanked emergency services, which are working tirelessly to protect communities, and said his thoughts are with those impacted.
We need to get better at prediction, and we need to get better about how we inform people about that risk and be far more timely in how we go about letting people know that danger is imminent.
Now, if you experienced an unusually quiet morning in your inbox, this might be why. Hundreds of people across the UK were left unable to access their emails on Outlook on Monday morning. Over 800 reports had clocked up on Down Detector before 11 a.m, with 87% being issues with Outlook. On X, Microsoft said they were investigating an issue impacting users attempting to access Exchange Online or functionality within Microsoft Teams calendar. Next, the Prime Minister has confirmed plans for spiking to become a specific offence. Sir Keir Starmer joined police chiefs, transport bosses and hospitality executives in Downing Street to discuss the plans on Monday morning.
This is pernicious, it is underreported, undersupported, and we have to shift that, and we're determined to do so. There's a wide range of issues which many of you know about, which we will be working through today.
The PM said he hopes the change will give people the confidence to come forward. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper and Justice Minister Alex Davies-Jones were among the attendees. Thousands of bar staff will be trained to deal with incidents of spiking under government plans. Workers in the nighttime economy will be instructed on how to prevent cases, support victims, and help collect evidence by spring next year. The Home Secretary said that spiking is a disturbing and serious crime, which can have a damaging and long-lasting impact on victims. Let's go to the ads. Coming up in part 2, are Sony developing a rival to the Nintendo Switch? See you back here in just a minute. Welcome back. Could rainfall lead to divorce rates in birds? A 16-year study on a closed population of Seychelles warblers on Cousin Island in the Seychelles has uncovered significant findings about how environmental factors, specifically rainfall, affect the stability of pair bonds in birds. Scientists who led the study at the Macquarie University said the 1997 El Nino-induced rainfall spike was a significant outlier in the data, with exceptionally high rainfall correlating with a sharp increase in divorce rates. The team found that their research has highlighted the broader implications of climate change for animal reproduction and conservation. the Seychelles is said to be already facing numerous conservation challenges. Their study can be found in the Journal of Animal Ecology. Now, could this rival the Nintendo Switch? Well, according to Bloomberg, Sony Group Corp are in the early stages of developing a portable console for PlayStation 5 games that won't need a Wi-Fi connection. They've been told by unnamed sources the idea builds on the PlayStation Portal, which Sony released in 2023, that allows users to play PS5 games by streaming them over the internet. At the time of this podcast being recorded, Bloomberg has yet to receive comment from the tech giant. Microsoft is also developing its own handheld Xbox prototype. However, that device is said to be a few years out. And finally, the parents of a 4-year-old boy with cystic fibrosis have raised more than £30,000 to help fight the currently incurable condition.
We got a call from the health visitor who asked if she could come and retake the heel prick test.
That's when we were told that they suspected cystic fibrosis, and then that started a period of about 6 months of uncertainty.
Parents Dwayne and Deborah McCready there. Xander was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, a condition which causes a sticky mucus to build up in the lungs and digestive system at 6 months old in 2021. His pairing makes him one of 50 cases in the world.
The fact that he was so rare was a bit of a curveball. So that hope was dashed when we realised that the modulator therapies probably wouldn't work for him.
And you're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Standard Podcast with Mark Blunden. Tech and Science Daily will return tomorrow. For all the latest news, head to standard.co.uk.